Okay, so big deal. We have this template almost done, but nothing to show for it. If I go and I look at my files in week 6, I have some images, or actually one image, a couple of images. There's the original one, .jpg, which is very big, and then there's the pencils OPT that's optimized. If you want to remove the larger one from your directory, by all means do. I mean, you can always download it again from the assignment. Then I have bacon.txt, which was only for reference. Same thing here. My template is just styling the page that's inside of week 6. Our template sits alone in the templates folder. So it's not like I can go to the website and actually see anything in action just yet. So let's change that. I'm going to collapse this so I can see this a little bit better. I'm going to make sure that all my files are saved. I go to File and say Save All. And then I'm going to close it. I'm going to close that file, and then I've got nothing open. I'll go back to my files so that I can see what's going on. My template is there, like I said, and week 6 is just waiting for me to do something with it. So I'm going to then go to File, create a new file, and now, rather than just creating a new document as HTML5, I'm going to select under New Document, Site Templates. And I'll see that I have a couple of older templates, but here's one called My Template, which I've been working on, and I can see a little bit of what we've done, my handiwork, my misspelling of first attempt at a template, and update page when template changes is checked, and that's awesome because then anytime I change it, we'll go back and make changes accordingly. I'll click OK. And now I have an untitled page. It's not saved yet. It's really has nothing. It's just the same thing as the template. I want to use this as the index page, so I'll leave the welcome up here as it is and not change anything else. I'm going to hide that and say File and Save. The CSS is already inside of week 6, so I'll return to week 6, and I'm going to save this as my index. I'll name this index.html, and it's now saved. It's in my files. It's right here under week 6. There's the index, and I'm going to close it. I'm going to then go to File and New again. I have the same options. I'll click on Create one more time. I already did the index page, which was going to be attached to the Home button. I'm going to save this one as About. Before I do that, I'll be sure to change on the welcome About Us. Maybe not be so happy about it. I'll just do it there without punctuation, and go to File and Save. This will be about.html. I'll close that, and you guessed it, I'm going to create yet another new file, create, and this will be called products file. Actually, I already did that. I need to save, file save. And this is products. I'll close this, and my final page, file new, based on the same thing, will be contact. And I save it, file save, contact, etc. contact.html. You'll notice I'm not typing .html because Dreamweaver is adding that automatically for me. Now I didn't change the contact us or anything like that here. This is still the contact page, so I'm going to change that to contact us, save it, press Ctrl S and close it, and I think products, can say products as well. If you want to add any images of pencils or anything to here, by all means do. I'm just interested in creating the template file that's then going to allow us to be more dynamic in our web page making. Going to close this last page, make sure that this is saved. In my files, I am going to, well, I'll just leave that there. I was going to delete the pencil, the big one, but I'll just delete it later. Before I do anything though, I do want to go back to my index page in my root folder and add week 6. As you are working on these exercises, maybe you're thinking that your homepage can get a little bit changed. Be sure to add design and CSS styling to your index page. Might be worth some extra points. I've highlighted week 6, and I'm going to link this to the index file inside of week 6. And I'm going to publish that. Put yes to all and yes. And finally, just to make sure that week 6 is all up there, I'm going to right click and tell it to put. And there it goes. Gave me an error because I've been working on this previously. I delete files, I create files, and every time I do that, something gets lost. But you should not have any errors uploading. I'll go back to my web browser, and I'm going to see I have this up here. Here's my week 6 at the bottom, and it should take me to my welcome page. Here is the image that I use. Home, about, products, etc. Still do nothing. You'll see that there's that hashtag at the bottom. So that's one thing that I need to go back and change. I can probably make this H1 a little bit larger, and maybe I can add an H1 on the right or do something else up there. So I'll open Dreamweaver, and don't try, well, you could try, why not? You could go to index.html and see what you can change. You can probably change welcome, but you can't change home, about, products, contact, etc. This is all contained in the confines of the template. This is the place to go if you want to make changes outside of the editable area. That's what editable areas do. They provide you with a chance to go in and add new content, change the content, edit the content, do anything, and leave the rest of the page alone. For example, I can't go in here and change this content for ID page footer, because if I were not the owner and of the website, and then somebody else comes in and says, well, I'd like to change this to my page, they can't do it. What's good about templates though is that since this is in all the pages, and I know that all the pages are missing this information, I can just close. And I recommend that when you're working on templates to have all pages affected closed except for the template itself. I'm going to open this one, and I'm going to highlight my text and then add a copyright line. I'll go to insert and insert some HTML. At the very bottom, once again, trust me, there's a character and character copyright. That adds the little C. I'll put in the year 2016, and our company, our fake company, is Dallas Office Supply. I'll type in a pipe and then my name. And I'll tell it, you'll notice there's a little asterisk. That means that there's a change. I'll go to File and Save. Very important what happens when you save a template that's already been applied to pages, that whenever you do save it, you're going to be prompted by Dreamweaver, hey, you have all these files that depend on the template. You want to update them? By all means, yes, update. That means that everything that uses this template will have the same page, the same changes showing. Look in files that use this template, or you can say the entire site, whichever one. And we'll click on Start. And Dreamweaver will not tell you when it's done, so you just have to trust it. Click Close, and we can actually just close this and keep on working. Or we said we wanted to make this one larger, so I'll highlight Welcome, and rather than having just the regular heading 1 all by its lonesome like that, this will be applied in the CSS. So I'll go to CSS Designer, my template.css. This is content article that's editable, and there's the H1 inside of content article, and that's the P. Here's the content article H1. Go to my text, and let's see, currently it's just a regular H1, so I'll change the font size. I'll give it an EM measurement. Click on EM, and maybe make it 2, and maybe that's not large enough. I'll go for 3, And now it's a lot larger, a lot better, and I'll give it a little bit of emphasis. And I can change that in font style, italic. While I'm here, I can also, since I'm in the template, I can go to the right area, and I'll just put in something here, maybe a special announcement or something like that. Because the paragraph is the one that's got the white background, we get the split white like that. We could fix it if we wanted it to, or we can leave it like that. Let's see what we end up with here. I can change, or rather, since this is a paragraph, I'm going to change this to a heading 1. Currently has no it has no styling. Maybe heading 1 would be too large. I'll go to heading 2 and add a new selector. So now I have content aside H2, not to be confused with content article H1 or any of the other H1s or H2s. H1 then can have the text italicized. I'll change the font style to italic. This does look a little bit too separated, so maybe I can fix it by giving it, just like the other ones, a background of white. Background color is going to be white. The layout, give me a padding all around of 10 pixels. 10 pixels. Let's see how that goes all the way over here, and I think that should do it. Anything else that I might want to change while I'm here? I think that's going to be it for now. I will close this template, make sure to save it, save changes to my template, make sure that all the affected files get updated, that I look in the entire site, click Start, and close. Go back to my files, and let's see what's going on inside of week 6. Here's my index page. It's got my text the way that I wanted it to begin with. I'll open up the next one, which is About, right here. About Us, the H1 has changed. The special announcement has also changed now, and I bet that if I go to the other pages, I'll also see the changes that happened. So I'm closing with confidence all of these pages. And although, yes, I did say I was closing with confidence, I need to reopen my template. And before I go anywhere, something that needs to happen is that home, which still links to the unknown link, which is just a little hashtag, needs to go home. So I'll click on my browser list and say this will go to index. I'll click OK. About will go to About, also clicking on that folder to open up the link. The links appear on the link window. Product needs to go to the products page, and contact, same thing, to the contact page. If you wanted to, where you have your name, if you decide to put your name here, I'm going to highlight mine and just give myself a link to the to browse for the file, and then tell it to just go back to my root folder and open up my index page, and why not in a blank, in a brand new page. My document title is currently untitled. I can change this to say that this is just the site template, because I trust that, at least in the code, the title up here is part of an editable region. So that means that when I go back and open up those other pages, I'll close this and save it, update everything, go through this process again, start and close. Index doesn't have a title right now, but I can call this Dallas Office Supply Pipe Home. I'm going to copy the text self-supply and the pipe and the first space. I'll close this and save it. I'll go to About, change the untitled document, paste what I copied to About Us, close this and save it. Contact, change by pasting, Contact Us, closing it and saving it, and finally our products, which I guess it could say that up here as well. Not so fast. Our products. I'll close and I'll save that. I'll right click and put. While I'm putting all these files, I'm reminded that I should be saving my templates as well up on the server. So I'll right click on templates and put, so that if I need them elsewhere, I'll have access to them. They're now saved. I will return to my page. I'll go straight into my site. I'll get rid of that. I'll go into my regular index, the one with just this listing. Make sure that I reload it to the latest version. Click on week 6. Here's my page. About, it's about us, products, our products, contact us, and all the pages are pretty much looking the same, but like I said, we can now go in and make changes to individual pages, and this is how a template will help you build an entire website by just creating a single page. And it seems like a long process at first, but the more you get used to it and the more you start to use templates on a more regular basis, then building entire websites will be easy as pie or a piece of cake.